Hello.
Hello.
Hold on 1 second. I just need to mute the YouTube video. Do you have the YouTube video open?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you need to mute that because otherwise there'll be echoing.
Right, I've closed it, mate. Is that right?
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see. How do we see chat?
Pop out the video and go to pop out chat.
Right, okay. Just hang on then. So I mute the Hangouts one.
No, go back to YouTube video.
Right, okay.
I can't even see.
Hang on, mate.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, mate. Yeah.
Oh. Right.
Right, okay.
Can everyone hear me? Are you sorted?
Yeah, I'm sorted, mate. I can hear you.
By internet or
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
I don't know if it's. I don't know. Can everyone see? Yeah, I think I've got a really bad connection. Can I seem to be having good internet, but I'm. Everyone's saying the my internet sucks.
All right. I can see you all right, mate, and I can hear you all right.
Right, so we might as well start. Everybody, this is Steve from Simple Diagnostics. If you don't already know him.
Hi, everybody. Good evening.
I don't know how many people we're watching. How many people we got watching? Maybe if I shut that off, that might help.
Turn everything off. Evening, Dad.
Turn the camera off.
Let's just make that chat.
Dan, can you see Dan?
There we go.
Can you see the chat? Can you see the chat? Can you?
Yeah, mate, I can. Yeah, I can.
I have to wear some headphones, otherwise I can't hear a thing.
Right.
If I was at the shed, the signal and everything's so much better.
I've got mine plugged in. I've got wires everywhere, mate.
Yeah, you should see behind me. There's extension leads and everything.
Did you see my Facebook video that I just did?
I only saw a quick bit of it, but like I said, my internet, I have to be careful because my phone is literally
Right.
I think, the best spot I'm going to get. My picture looks like a 70s porn flick, apparently.
Well, as long as you haven't got your paisley underpants on, mate, that's all that matters.
That just shows you how old you are, Drew.
How many have we got
Apparently
watching?
it's echoing at my end. I don't know, I can't tell. Oh, 56, 57.
Awesome. Awesome, we like that. There's Thomas. Stevie's in here.
So what have you got planned for next week?
Oh, I've got a mad busy week, What's that? I've got people waiting for my video stream. Oh God, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Stevie, if anybody's there got my stream open, could you just jump into my chat on my waiting thing and just tell them that I'm over here? That'd be awesome. Thank you. Hey, up there's Mike. Hi, Mike. Will's in here.
It's Contour Mechanic. How you doing? Will's in. Drew's in. Thomas is in. So you haven't deleted your that you're going live on your channel?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I'm sure I did. But I'm a YouTube noob, mate. So it's probably a noob mistake. And I did put out multiple things saying that I will be here. So hey up, Martin. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then what you got next week?
Me, I've got a massive amount on next week. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in. Tomorrow morning, I'm starting off. I've got a non-start Bolingo. Then tomorrow afternoon, I've got another non-start Bolingo. Then Tuesday, I've got a full day at one of my local garages, DC Lomas Limited. I've got a full day's work there. There'll be a car park full of cars waiting for me. What else have I got then? I've got a Type R on Wednesday that's got a mill on. Thursday, we've got a Micra, a Mondeo, a Peugeot 106, all non-starters. So looks like it's a non-start week next week.
The joys of it all.
Yeah. So, and then I've still got to find time to do some filming. I've got to finish my cam video off. Got to finish my toolbox.
Of being a YouTuber.
Oh, mate, the whole thing's just blown up. It's brilliant. I'm surviving on about an hour's sleep.
Bill's in, DIY, Dylan, Craig, who else? Yeah, it's you'll get there in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, the training thing's blown up as well. That's massive. My training diary's just filling up. It just one after the other bookings, so that's good as well. That's awesome to be able to go into garages and get them using the stuff that they've got, and that it's really satisfying. That.
Yeah, and it's a cushy day as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. Well, yeah, there's a fair bit of prep goes into it. They can be long days, but it's all right.
Oh, I'm not really getting dirty, are you? You're not outside in the cold. You're not.
No, and they're not. These are not mechanics' hands anymore. Look at them. Look at how beautiful and white they are. There's no muck under my nails, or not a lot anyway.
I don't think I've ever seen my nails clean.
Yeah. You need to move into it. Wires and wiggly lines. It's the future.
Yeah, I will see. I want to do a lot more. I want to do a lot more engineering stuff on my channel. Making stuff and showing them how to, making panels for cars and all that sort of stuff, and making projects. That's what I really want to get into.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Far too adventurous for me, that.
I just don't have the money to do it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Brian, you can find me. Just look for me on YouTube, Simply Diagnostics.
I think I've still got your link saved here.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Oh no, that's not it.
Oh, there's a good question. What effects do we think?
Thomas has just put up.
Go on, sorry.
Hold on 1 second. Thomas has just put up a picture of me. Everyone go and look at the picture. It's funny.
Evening, cars. Stevie asked a good question there.
Which question? Oh, Helga's in.
Awesome.
What was the question?
It was about obviously the new MOT changes that are coming to the UK. A lot stricter DPF regulations. Mill lamp will be a fail and all that. It's going to be. I think if the trade embraces it in the right way, I think it's going to be a really, really good move for the UK. That.
Something like how it doesn't fail at the minute.
Don't know. No idea, mate. We don't know. So at the minute, it's only ABS and airbag that's a fail. But engine's going to be a fail from the 20th of May.
When it first came to Ireland, the NCT, you could have your airbag fail.
Wow.
And the official writing was airbag of a safety test. That was the official write-up.
Right. Okay.
Makes sense.
Makes
a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's Pedro. Hi, Pedro. Hope you had a brilliant birthday last week, mate.
I've got my light on, Dan, but it's just my camera sucks donkey balls. So that's moan about my connection, but I know I do apologize you can't see my face, you know, as you normally would, which must be disappointing for everybody out there, but you know.
I'm gutted, mate. You're so much prettier in 4K.
I get that a lot.
Oh dear.
Dan's telling me to put more lights on. There is lights on, Dan, honestly.
Cheers, Brian. Thanks, mate. They're awesome.
I'm missing questions. I think I got one for Carbon Clean. Carbon Clean's going really well, Mark. Getting some fantastic results from it. Some videos coming up on some live readings as I'm doing it. The engine breathing a lot better and everything. So they should be interesting.
Yeah, it's something I've never seen that in action. The Carbon Clean. I've never seen one done. Yeah,
well, it's like everything. As long as if it's too bad, it's not going to work. It's one of them more preventive things. Now, if it is, you know, it's completely blocked, you have to strip it down and do everything. But if it's just kind of getting bad and you're just getting drivability issues, it will work, and it's working well.
Yeah.
I put a video out there a few months ago on a Jeep, and it was smooth. And after an hour of it cleaning, there's just no smoke coming out of it. So, and I've got other videos coming up of the live data, you know, reading, so you can see the engine is actually breathing better, and the engine is breathing better, and it's working like it's supposed to, you know.
Awesome. Yeah, Misfit, if you just search for Simply Diagnostics on YouTube, there should be a link actually on the video description that Leon's done. So
if you go to the top of the chat, hold on. I'll just right to the top of the chat, I put a link. I'll do it again, hold on. God, my internet's crap.
Like scopes, mate. Any internet's better than no internet. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm not worried at all. Does this face look worried to you?
No. Me and Dan were having a discussion before. We think you've gone to sleep after your roast dinner because you went incommunicado again.
Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. Hold on. Copy. Paste. Is it going to work? Ah, balls. Can you see the chat, Steve?
Yeah, can mate. Yeah.
Right. Can you get onto your channel?
Yeah.
Right. Go onto your channel. Go onto your question for Leon. Fire away. Bill, fire away.
Okay.
And go to your. I think Thomas has just done it. Why can't I see that fully? That's really annoying. I can't seem to see the. I'm missing half the chat box.
Hey mate, how's that work?
I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be missing it.
Oh no. Right, let's have a look here now.
I think Thomas has already done it. You're all right.
Oh right, okay. Awesome. Thanks, Thomas.
So what's the question, Bill? Where is everyone watching from? How many subs you got now? Because we need to get you over 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's when they monetize it, isn't it? That 1,000's the magic number, isn't it, I think.
He's gonna have to pay to get his
No way up. Hang on. Boss DVM's just launched.
I don't have any launch scanners. I used a launch years and years ago, and it was crap. Long time ago. And I know the new ones are a lot better. I just haven't used any.
Oh, I don't know. The launch, the Expo 31, that was a fairly good tool in its day. That was.
One I used, it was a big square black that big on it, and the box was like that, but it was crap. Press 5 million buttons just to get into something, and if you press the wrong button because you're too quick, the whole thing, and oh no. But the new ones now, I know the new ones are completely different. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
This Diagnostic thing I've been given from CES. That's basically launch based. It's a fairly competent, fairly quick little tool. It's still only a generic tool, you know, but it is launch based. It's the launch software with some add-ons. It's brilliant. All right.
Yeah, the one with the printout. Yeah.
That's where is it? Let's see if we can turn it on. That's it. I don't know whether you can see it. That's the angry jester thing, the Diagnostic.
Lift it up.
Can you see it? Yeah.
No, lift it up. No, higher. Higher. A bit. No, down a bit. Down a bit. Yeah, that you can't see. No, up a bit. I want it so I can't see your face. Up a bit. There we go.
You fucking brilliant.
You was doing it as well. You kept doing it.
Oh, what you like, bell end. Oh dear. Yeah. I'm not smoking.
You
it's
fell
just
for it.
Not on fire. There's no fire. Oh dear. Dan, a little bit of my history. Oh, hey, it's decided to turn on now. A little bit of my history. Carpenter, apprentice trained carpenter.
Have you used it a lot, have you?
Yeah, mate, I have. Yeah, yeah, I've used it a fair bit. That's it now. It's all fired up. So it's basically the loan software. Where is it? We go into it. You see, it's basically the loan software. So.
And is it fast?
It is. It's very, very, very fast. Probably.
What's the blue? Is it blue? I take it it's Bluetooth, is it?
Yeah, it's Bluetooth, and you got like a little dongle there, you know, that you can either plug in like that or just use the extension lead. It's as fast as the Autel. It's just a bit
And
of
what's
a.
the Bluetooth?
Say again, sorry, mate.
What's the Bluetooth connection like? Does it drop out at all?
No, it's good. It's good for about 30 meters. Yeah, it's good for about 30 meters.
What's the battery life on
it? You get a full day out bit, mate. Get a full day out bit. I can manage. It's about the only tool that was on my van on Friday that didn't run out of batteries.
Yeah, because it was new.
All my stuff's new. I'm a newbie. Question for Steve. What made me get into training? I went over to Kenya as a VSO volunteer. I shut my garage doors one day and decided I was going to be a VSO volunteer. And I went to Kenya teaching in a rural technical college. And that's what got me into it, you know, seeing the passion and the drive from the kids who really wanted to learn. And obviously, when I was out there 10 years, and when I came back here, obviously things had moved on, and I had to really up my game. And then all of a sudden, I realised because I'd invested so much time in that into my own learning, I had a lot of skills and knowledge that I could pass on to other people. I haven't got an apprentice, I haven't got employees, I haven't got anybody else to share what I've got with it. So that's really why I've got into training. It's really, really rewarding. Customer wise, I don't do anything. I don't do any business management. I'm probably the worst businessman in the world. And as far as customer, you know, customer facing in that, all I try and tell my customers is if you treat every car and every customer as though it was your own mother's car, and if you treat them like that, what would you want for your own mum? How would you want somebody to deal with them? And that's what I try and push over. But really, to be honest, I do the technical side of it. I'm a very, very poor businessman, and I'm not renowned for being very, very good with demanding customers. My block list is fairly massive. So.
Someone asked me any nightmares lately from Jim. Yes, no, not really. Nothing really. Just the usual. Well, actually, now I say that there is a video coming up on a car, and it was a bit of a nightmare because it was changing halfway through. So yeah, I had to kind of keep changing it halfway through, which was a bit of a nightmare. EDT clean. Music clean 7. Colin, no, I took the ball back, that one. Huh? No, I meant to take the lampshade off that and see if we can get some more light. Oh, if you can do, yeah, that'd be great. I don't know where you can get one of them from though, especially now.
Cheers.
Sorry, yeah, just trying to get some more light on. Oh, well, I've lost the words. Oh, about the EDT machine. Yeah, well, I've had my EDT machine is now gone. I think I'll do a video on that explaining all about that. But that was some that was a story all in itself. I think I'll save that for a video. Anyway, I'm missing everything now. What's the chance of us two doing a diag together? Well, if he comes over here, if I go over there, I'm sure we'll be able to do something.
Definitely be good. We could do like a video conference one, couldn't we?
I actually suggested that a long time ago on my channel, but it's quite difficult to do because you know yourself. Sometimes you have to physically be there to actually touch it, you know, rather than just kind of, you know, yourself when you get asked questions, you can't answer a lot of diag questions from a question because it could be, you know, if you could have 10 cards with the same fault with the same fault code but 10 different problems. How's the W1? Yeah, it's going. We're just waiting on a few parts. W1, 2, 3. So as soon as we get more parts, we'll be doing more videos. I haven't watched. It just depends what you're into. I do everything on my channel. I do diagnostics. I do repairs. Everything. A bit of everything we do.
Yeah.
What you laughing?
I did a stab Steve. I stabbed Steve with a back probe right down to the bone. I did.
Mark's asked me when are Hobby Tools doing an online store. I don't know. I heard they were doing something, but I'm not sure. But they still have suppliers in the UK, Mark. Yeah, them bloody back probes. Especially when you think you've got it in and your hand's right next to it, it just goes straight in there.
Oh no, but I just shoved it in. I just went like that and it got him. It went right down the finger, right down to the bone. There was a lot of clarity. It was good.
Did you get a signal?
It was a good one. Chris, regards to your question, what are my videos aimed at? Mine are aimed for the primarily for the technician to try and get them inspired and to get people looking at things a bit different, and also the Facebook side of things, the videos I do on Facebook and the posts I do on Facebook. That's more to educate the general public on what diagnostics is, and it's not just plugging a tool in and getting a code and then throwing parts at it. That's my personal view on it. What about you, Leon?
What was the question? Sorry, I've missed loads.
Your YouTube videos. What's your primary market? What are you aiming for with your videos?
Originally, I just was going to do videos that people can kind of follow and do it on the driveway. You know, just very simple things to kind of save people money. But YouTube, like everything, it's evolving and people want videos. So I'm going to be doing a lot more scope videos, a lot more diagnostic videos and stuff like that. But you can only diagnose what you get in. Someone like you who just does that, you know, you see a lot more than what I would do. Because I might have a week of diagnosing, but then I could have a month of just repairing. So it just depends. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more scoping videos. I've got videos coming up, some interesting videos coming up. One on a Ford throwing an airbag light, and it was an ABS problem. Another one on a Toyota Land Cruiser. That should be interesting. There's a lot of scope work in that.
You need a Pico, you do, mate. You really do need a Pico. Pico, send Leon a scope.
Yeah, send me a scope. And I've got one coming on a Vauxhall, and it was heater plugs thrown on a crankshaft problem.
Wow. Wow. Craig, to answer your question, mate, what videos have I got planned? I've got my cam videos about half done. I've got to finish that. So there's going to be a can spotlight video. I've got a toolbox tour plan for me patrons, for my Patreon supporters. That's going to go out to them first. I've got also then I'm going to do a common rail diesel series. Nuts and bolts start. Oh, look at that. I haven't got one of them cups.
Yeah, the thing is, it's all changed. Everything's changed.
I've just got snap on.
So they're no good now. My all my logos have been changed. I only got a couple of them done, but I'm gonna get all sorted. I've missed loads of the chat. Where is it, Leon? What have you decided to call the brake breather? Someone suggested Vlad the Bleeder, which I thought was brilliant. So I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna call it Vlad the Bleeder because that was fantastic. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Where are we looking? What's Dan done? Why don't you? Why that? For hobby tools, is it? You know yourself, Dan. The problem is I have enough to do as it is without, YouTube, running a garage, doing everything on my own, and then having to deal with, tools on top. I just don't know if I have the physical time to do it. Rick's Auto Shop, 5 days left. Yeah, 5 days left, Ricky. Grow a pair and do a video.
Is he still not done one? Go on. Sort it out, man. It's easy. It's just all you got to do. Chris is asking there about confidence behind the camera. You just got to say, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? Just do it, man. It's easy.
My problem, I think my problem is, and it is a problem as such. I just don't care what people think of me. And I just don't give a shit. It's as simple as that. I couldn't care less. If people like me or hate me, it doesn't matter. So that side of things didn't really bother me. And I used to be a DJ for a good few years, so I was used to kind of talking in front of a lot of people. So that didn't bother me. But it's amazing when you stick a camera in front of somebody, even someone that's confident. It's amazing how quick they just go. They just like yeah. What I suggest you do is, like I said to Ricky. Well, first Ricky needs to grow a pair and do a video. That's the first thing he needs to do. The second thing is film a video. Do something very, very simple that like the back of your hand. Let's say something like a brake job. Something very, very simple. Film yourself doing it. Look back at the video. Don't put it out there. Just look back at the video and see what you think. If you like it, if you notice anything or anything like that, because you will find there's a few things you say and you don't know you're saying, like and if you say too much, it can kind of spoil the video. You have to kind of change the way you talk, but after you do a couple of videos, it does become very simple.
LM, what are you doing working at this time of night, mate? Get off home to your wife and kids.
Oh, Steve Rob's here. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Just here, LM Auto Repairs. How you doing? What are you working on? Or you working on a car, or are you working your normal job? Even if you do say too many times, Carl, just edit it out. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you watch any YouTuber and you see their unedited videos, you'll think they're a different person.
Oh, mate, gutted for you. Yeah, my
Because
my
I've often
was full of arms and butts and fucks and all sorts.
Well, I leave the old fucks in, and I leave the throwing of spanners in. But what I do sometimes is, like, if I'm doing something, I'd say this spanner, and I've got this, and I say this is a 17 mil, and I forgot just staring at it like a moron. And then about 10 seconds later, so I edit that bit out. So it looks like I've said, this is Hannah, and it looks great. But what I have actually done is, this is a 17 mil spanner.
Yeah, my a 30-minute video for me, when I actually drop it all into the editing suite, it's about 4 to 5 hours of footage of filming, and that normally ends up being 30 minutes.
Oh, the joys. Yeah, people don't realise, it's only when you do it yourself you realise just how much work is involved.
Yeah.
The job, filming, editing, getting up. I mean, even when it's up, that's not the end of it. You have to then answer questions, have to do all that sort of stuff, you know. It's just one of them things. Especially this guy, bodgitandleggit, is fake. In what way am I fake? Believe me, I'm one of the most realist people out there. What software? I use Sony Vegas Pro. That's what I use. What do you use?
I've got that the Cyberlink, the Power Suite one, Power Director. Paul Danner put me onto it. It's great. It's easy enough for me. I don't need anything more complicated in my life than that.
I like Sony Vegas because it's simple to use, and there's a lot of tutorials out there on YouTube. Fake tan. I'm a farmer's tan. There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube, you know, and to speed things up, to edit things in is very, very quick on Sony Vegas. Very, very quick. I'll be sending out my stickers. Yeah, don't worry, Steve. No problem. You'll be receiving them. When will I get some of yours, Mr. Steve Robb? Joking because you said about the YouTubers not being. What I mean is by not being the same. I just mean there's a lot of herbs, butts, and there'll be a lot of stuff you realise. You know, that people do say. I'll show you that. Show. Why is Leon sucking a peg? This was my 17 mil spanner a few minutes ago, and I just haven't put it down yet.
Is that a prop? Is that your prop?
So, Steve asked me why I was sucking on a peg. I mean, why not? I mean, what else are you going to do on a Saturday night?
Yeah,
Sunday night.
This is his rabbit up for the nightstand, mate. Oh dear.
You never sent me. I haven't actually got any yet, Dan. I've only kind of, I haven't got them properly yet. I took a few pictures and put them on Facebook and that today, but they're still not actually finalized. I haven't physically got them yet. What happened with my form? Yeah, I just haven't had the time to go near it. I had a forum. I still got it. It's just I haven't had a time to go near it. What I need to do, is I'm gonna have to do a video on it. I'm gonna have to get someone to help me, someone that wants to be an admin on it, and actually help me run it, because I just don't have the time. If anyone's actually not doing anything, they could go onto one of my videos and just check it's still actually up. I don't know if it should be still up. I'd like to get that going though, because the forum is good, especially if, you can have a lot of questions on there and people can go to it and see what's happened.
Oh, what's going on here? I've put something. I've broke something.
Have you put a back probe where it doesn't belong?
Oh, always, mate. Future.
Next time you're back probing an ECU, can you get two 12-volt batteries, put them together and back probe it? See what happens.
Let the smoke out. Oh, daily basis, mate. Daily basis. I just don't film that. That ends up edited out.
It's when the customer needs a new ECU.
Yeah. I broke it. It was me. It weren't me. Them big lads, honest.
It was like that when I got it. Form is up. Yeah, my form is still up. I need to get someone. I'm gonna have to do a video on it because I need to get someone to help me, or some people to help me with it, because I just don't have the time to kind of run it properly, because I'm just, watching porn on the internet takes a lot of my time.
Ricky, training in the UK, mate. You've got John Batten at Auto IQ, James Dillon, Frank Massey, any of the Bosch trainers, any of the Bosch courses, Mark Carter, Mark Murphy over in Ireland. Well, I've told you, you get half a dozen lads together, throw a few euros in a pot, mate. I'll come and spend a week with you over there. I'm up for that.
Don't confuse a pen with a butt plug. Don't confuse a pen with a butt plug. Yeah, and get a few more lads, and then I can come along as well.
There might not be a lot of training going on if me and you get together in Marbella, mate.
Who said anything about training?
Oh dear.
Just show me the way to the pub. I do all my training from there.
Oh dear.
That's what I would definitely like to do. I'd like to get properly gazeboed and then do it on my own car and try and work on my own car.
Oh dear.
The ECU goes. What's the transit ECU on that?
Transit ECU.
Yeah, it's no.
Okay.
I think that was someone's. I think we've missed the question. I think.
All right.
How many cars? It all depends. I could literally do 50, and then I could do none the next week. It just depends. I live in a very small town, but my overheads are low compared to what it would be in a big city. If I was in a big city, yes, I could cars, but I would be essentially working a lot more for a lot less because I'd have to keep up the overheads. So it just depends. 50 cars in a week, or I could do none. Depend.
Yeah, and I work on about three. I have 3 appointments booked in a day, 9:30, 11:30, and 1:30, and those 3 appointments normally turn into between 10 and 12 cars. on a busy day, and on a quiet day, probably about 8 cars for me, which is quite a lot mobile. Bearing in mind that every job I see is somebody else's shit. It's somebody else's problem child. So yeah, my days can get full very, very quickly.
The Leon to come to me mad. No, I like I said to you, I will be there. I just think you're mad, but yeah, I'll do it. That's not a problem. Yeah, what is the dusty van that's always in the back of your van? That is a very special project, that van in the back of my videos. If you actually go back and see some of them, you'll see that's going to be, well, it already was when it was on the road, but I'm redoing the engine. It's a 400 horsepower transit van with anti-lag, with a Ford Cosworth engine in. I'll get you around, Steve. You'll be able to do a day with that.
How do you choose a good garage to work on your car? Top tip: if they start saying the code reader says this, walk away. Word of mouth recommendation, it's the only way forward. You look for garages that are ATA accredited, RMI affiliated, that are investing in training. Have a look at them. That's how you choose a good garage. If they're investing in training and their own technicians, then you can be pretty sure that they're going to look after you as a customer.
I think word of mouth, without a doubt, is the best. I remember going to a dealer who actually to do a bit of work for. By time I didn't have to communicate properly with the old system, and just got him to put it with reading. When I collected, guy came up, but he was an old, and he turned around to me and said, "That's not a bad replica, is it?" I said, "What do you mean a replica?" And his exact words were, "Well, Ford never made a 3-door Cosworth, did they?" This is a Ford mechanic in a Ford dealership.
Just because they're in a dealership, mate, don't mean they're any good.
Oh, I know. I agree with you. I'm just saying this was in a Ford dealership, and he basically said that I essentially made the car I made the car in my back bedroom because Ford never made it. I mean, I did well.
Some fantastic fabrication going on there.
I tell you, I made everything. Which I thought was quite funny. I know, Dan, there's nothing I can do about it. My normal live streams aren't this bad, but that's just the way. Well, Dylan, everyone hates dealerships. There is some guys in dealerships that really, really know the stuff. For example, Solid Diagnostics. He's in a dealership and he really knows his stuff. You'll see him on the chat. So I wouldn't go from there. It's just a lot of people have maybe bad dealings with the dealership just because they're expensive compared to say someone else. But if but that's not really their fault. It's just because they're using genuine parts all the time. But no, it's like everything. There's bad dealerships and there's bad garages, and there's good dealerships and there's good garages.
I know an awful really, really good dealership technicians that are investing their own money, their own time, to do things the right way. There's good and bad everywhere you look.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, like I said, Solid Diagnostic, he works in a dealership and he really knows his stuff. He does a lot of training and stuff like that, but still, so.
Diesels are dying, mate. 5 years they'll be gone. Within 5 years.
Well, but not the old ones. I don't think we're making any more diesels, but there's still going to be a lot knocking around.
They'll scrap them, mate. They'll scrap them. They'll have to meet the emissions targets.
Yeah, but I don't think they can go back on the rules for the older cars. For you can't say if you've got a car and it's 10 years old, they can't make a law for that. I don't think they can make a law for the newer cars coming out, but I don't think they're going to be able to make a law if you've already got an existing car, because at that time it passed the emissions test for when it was made. So I don't know.
Nah, they're the government, mate. They can do whatever they want. We've got no say in it.
Try. They can try.
Yeah.
But whether it'll actually happen is another thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that goes. He just says dealership is higher hourly rates, but they have higher overheads as well. Well, that's like I said before about me. If I go to a bigger city, I would be physically doing more cars every day, but my overheads will be higher, so I'd have to be charging more. It's a double-edged sword. The more garage, the more lights you have on, the more mechanics you have inside. Well, obviously, the more you have to charge. That just goes without saying. If you can keep it small, you can be cheaper, but you need to be busy. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword, no matter what you do.
Yeah, I price myself out the dickhead market, so I don't. The only people I deal with are the people that can see value in what I do. I don't deal with anybody who's looking for cheap. I'm not interested.
Well, a lot of people don't understand too the money that goes in the equipment. They'll see a scan tool and they'll see it looks like a little tablet and they'll just assume it's 50 quid.
Yeah.
They don't assume it's maybe 3,000 or 4,000 plus, £1,000 a year to update plus all that,
Mm. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy. The overheads that are involved with tooling, software subscriptions, technical information, insurance, public liability. Oh, the list goes on and on and on.
My phone keeps going off, but I can't move it because I lose signal. What do you charge per hour, both of you? From Dan.
Dan, 60, mate. I'm £60 an hour minimum.
I'm about 60 euros. So what's that? About 60 sterling at the minute.
Or a bag of potatoes.
Yeah. A service you can either pay me cash or two sheep, whichever you prefer.
Do you want the sheep wriggling or dead?
Oh, the sheep have to be alive. I've got special wellies. They're really high. You stick the sheep's back legs in them. Well, I'll save that for a video. Once the back legs go in the wellies, they can't run away.
Oh dear.
What's your price per hour, Dan? So many minutes it takes, that's for sure. But it all depends, like we're saying, the more overheads, the more you have to charge. If you can keep your overheads down, well, you can charge less, but you're still making the same. Because you're not paying as much out. And my rest pro cost 75 a month. I can't feel a frigging thing. Pro cost 75 quid a month. So once a month, yes. How about a night with my wife?
Is she any good? She better than the sheep.
Hey, the sheep don't complain.
But I don't believe you. Oh dear.
Yeah, it just depends. There's 52.
Yeah. But if I don't get coffee and cake where I go, then it goes up to 80.
How much do you charge, Lucas, for yours? Well, all the a lot of the scan tool data that's all stolen off other. They're all using more or less the same background thingies, and it's all that. Discount for 2 cakes.
Definitely. And if it's decent coffee, even more. I mean, I'll be paying you to work on your car if you bring a big buffet out. Yeah, sorry, love, your car's full, but my tummy's full. I'll see you next time. Oh, fish and chips. It's mandatory. Wherever I am on a Friday, if I'm at a trade place, it's mandatory I get fish and chips. That's it. Yeah. Mandatory. And I tell you what, best fish and chips ever in York. They're awesome, mate.
No, you haven't tasted fish and chips till you gone to Lincoln. What are you on about?
Lincoln's full of cabbages and broccoli in it, mate. Well, it's nowhere near the sea, is it?
No, Lincoln's very famous for its potatoes.
All right. Yeah, but there's no fish, is there?
Well, of course there's fish.
Is there? Is it near the sea?
No, but you don't need to be near the sea to have fish. It's called, right? It might be new technology. A big lorry, right? The thing in the back where it keeps things cold, and they dry.
Really?
And then they can deliver. Yeah, they can then deliver fish to you.
Right.
Yeah, amazing, ain't it?
No, fridges are for beer, mate. We can't put food in fridges.
Come to Grimsby, fish and chips in Grimsby. Are you paying? If you're paying, we'll come to Grimsby.
I'll go anywhere for money, me. I'll do out for money. I don't care. I'm not.
I know. I've seen the there's video of anything for money.
What in the / members section?
I only saw your picture because I didn't want to pay for them, but I just don't understand a monkey to do that.
Oh mate, you want to see the bonus footage that my patrons get?
Oh, I feel sorry for them. I give my Patreons, I give scan tools and stuff. You just give them filth.
Oh dear.
Mayonnaise or ketchup? None of them.
On fish and chips? Salt and vinegar, mate. That's it. Salt and vinegar, nothing else.
That's all you need, salt and vinegar.
Yeah. Salt and vinegar, nothing else.
Fish and chips and mushy peas. Good fish and chips in Scotland, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Dan asks, when he comes to UK, will you buy him fish and chips?
Yeah, only on Fridays. It's the law.
No, Dan said when he comes to UK, will you buy him fish and chips?
Yeah, on Fridays. It's the law.
Just on Fridays. What
Yeah,
about if he wants fish and chips, say on a Thursday?
unlucky. No, Thursday's pie and peas. Wednesday's
What's
McDonald's.
Wednesdays?
McDonald's on a Wednesday.
Tuesday?
No, that's me fasting day.
That's from all the calories and the clogged arteries from fucking McDonald's and all that shit.
Mate, the shit I've got up to in my life, I'm not going to live another 5 years anyway, so I don't have to worry about cholesterol. Oh dear.
About the EDT machine and how effective it is. Using it and stuff, I think it's a bit pricey, and I think there's there is other things out there, but I mean it does what it's supposed to do, without a doubt. But I think it's like everything, as things progress and everything, I think that there's going to be other machines out there that's either going to copy it, or that there's just going to, well, essentially copy it. Just like they do, the price will come down.
Oh, Ricky, seafood paella, mate, every day of the week. I'd sell my children for a good paella, mate, if I'm dead honest. Well, yeah. I would tell you. Keep me fuck off pan of paella. Yeah, I'll take them. Have them. Can I have extra mussels, please? You got any bread with that?
It got from kind of maybe talking about, cars, just to now everyone talk about fish and chips and gravy and peas.
Hey, but we're all talking, mate. We're all around the world and we're all talking, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, but I don't think I think fish and chips don't really apply to any of the Americans. I don't know if they're going to get what we're really talking about.
No, maybe not. No,
I don't think they have like fish and chip shops, do they? I could be wrong, but I don't think so. They do. It's more pies and stuff they have, don't they?
I don't know. Well, anybody from America? Do you have fish and chips in America?
Well, I'd say they have fish and chips, but what I mean by like fish and chips in the UK is kind of like, it's like if you go for Chinese food, you want English food. It's like fish and chips.
Oh, I'm gutted for you, mate.
What have you missed?
He's a misfit there. He says he doesn't have fish and chips. I'm like, oh, mate, that's wrong.
Right? Oh, doesn't. Yeah. Does flushing with diesel through? Does flushing with diesel through? I've seen people do that, Brendan. I personally wouldn't do that. Flushing your engine with diesel. I've seen videos on YouTube of people taking out their oil, filling it with, taking their oil out of a diesel engine, then diesel, and then starting it for a minute. I personally wouldn't do that.
No. No, that doesn't.
But I've seen people to do it. Well, it sounds like it kind of sounds like a good idea, because if someone did that, then a week later when they come to me to get a new engine in, I wouldn't mind that all the time. What did you do? I put diesel in it to clean it. Okay. And now it's making a funny noise. Okay, bring it to me.
So like,
yeah. What could it be? I'm not 100% on flushing old engine. You're not really flushed though. It's something you do have to kind of. The ADT machine is not like putting an engine flush in. Putting an engine flush in relies on your engine turning over and starting and, well, keep running essentially, where the EDT machine doesn't do that. So if your engine is blocked full of crap because you haven't changed the oil and you put an engine flush in, that can clog everything and essentially bang. Where they do that, which is obviously brilliant. If it finds a leak, it will stop, and then you can fix the problem from there before.
Cheers, guys. You too, mate.
In Holland, we have chips. We have fried fish. Cooking video next, showing the Yanks hail to make fish and chips. Yeah, I should do that, Simon. That's what we can do, Steve. We can do that across Google Hangouts.
Cooking.
Well, no, but it's not sort of cooking, but talking about fish and chips and like how they should be done. Because when you come to Ireland, the chips, they use frozen chips. Well, not in all places, granted, but in some places, it's not like a chip in the UK where they actually where they actually cut the chips in front of you. It's frozen chips and it's frozen fish here. It's not battered in. It's not battered in front of you or anything. Some places they do, but not as many as they do in the UK.
Mind you saying that, why would you want to eat fish and chips in Ireland? You've got Guinness. That's all the sustenance a man needs.
Yeah. Not that I would know. I mean, my belly is completely flat.
You can't, yeah. You can see, obviously, you work very, very hard on your diet and your figure, mate.
You don't realise how much fucking effort this is to keep this. I have to actually properly work at it. I have to sit down and eat so much shit every day to keep this. It's a whole thing. It's to get work in the gym for 3 hours a day. Imagine what I have to go through.
Oh, mate. The gym, I drive past one of them every morning. It looks lovely.
You can certainly lose a lot of pounds, especially when you join a gym.
Yeah. The plastic.
No, I'm talking about the pound. No, the pounds you lose is the fucking membership.
Yeah, that's it. The folding. What's this? Leon, Mr. Fitness 2018, definitely.
I'm really hungry now. Dan's on a diet. We need to get Helga in. Helga, if she's still in, she does a lot of cooking. Her food looks amazing.
Oh yeah, Helga's that. She's the lady that Eric's always on about, isn't it? Helga's home cooking.
Yeah, Mike, the disgruntled mechanic, his wife.
Hey up, Keith's in the house. Hey up, new level.
He needs translation.
I'll try and talk a bit slower for you, mate. I'll try some Helga's cooking when I come over. I'm going to come over and see you and Paul. And yeah, I've decided I'm going to
get some of Helga's cooking down here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm still got a peg in my mouth, by the way.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you as well, Keith. It's 22:11 here. 22:11 at night.
Same here.
Are we in the same time zone?
No, Ireland's behind, didn't you know?
I just thought that was your internet.
In the right time, internet is perfect.
Oh dear. Yeah, no worries, Keith.
It's okay as long as it's not that book plug. 5:35 p.m. Whereabouts are you, DIY? That's a good question from Skoda.
Yeah. How do you manage when a software update is required when identified on a bulletin? If I'm in a place that I can get hardwired internet, I'll just run a LAN cable on into their modem and do it pass through if I can. If I can't, then I'll pass the job on to an independent that's got the appropriate equipment to do it. The lads around me, we're pretty tight. We work well together. So it's swings and roundabouts. We try and keep it all in the independent sector, and we work it between us really.
Well, I have to do the opposite because I don't do a lot of programming. It's something I do want to kind of get into, but again, it's just money and stuff that I just can't, just can't afford it at the minute. It's as simple as that. So if I get that issue, I'll take it to the main dealer because there's no one in Ireland, or no one around me anyway, that is a mobile diag that can do all that.
Right.
That's why I'm thinking about. That's why I'm thinking about maybe doing that, going mobile, say maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and then going back to the shed for 3 days, and then maybe going mobile for 3 days or something along them lines. That's what I'm thinking about.
Right. Mobile's brilliant, but again, it has its pros and its cons.
It's like everything.
Yeah. I love it. I couldn't ever be stuck in a shop again. I couldn't do it. Tied to a set of doors now.
Oh yeah. From Pennsylvania. Yeah, Steve, my internet at the minute, I'm not at the shed. We kind of had this arranged like last week to do something, and then I kind of forgot. And then next minute, I'm seeing a message on Steve's Facebook. Oh, we're going live, and I'm like, oh shit, are we?
No, admit it, you fell asleep, mate. Too many roasties after your dinner. You fell asleep.
No, I was in the shed actually today.
Yeah. You'll tell me out.
No, I actually was.
Really?
Yeah, because you'll see on Sean's page, my lad Sean, he's just uploaded a video on his YouTube account and was doing something in the shed. So there you go, Steve. Yeah.
Mate, I can't say anything. Have you seen what I've been doing today? Wiring diagrams for tomorrow's work.
Oh, I saw your thing. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I saw your Facebook post.
Yeah. Well, I was going to be filming all day, and then it decided to rain, so that put paid to that. So I couldn't just waste a day, sitting around. So I had to do something. So, yeah.
But do you think you've got what you need?
Of course. Of course, mate. Of course. I'm well prepared. Don't you worry. Yeah, John, my van it is my office, mate. It's a mobile workshop. There's everything. My biggest issue, like Yoda there, like you say now, the biggest hurdle I've got is with not being VAT registered. Some of the main dealer portals won't allow me access. So for stuff like that, then I have to network with the other techs in the area. And they, like I say, we scratch each other's backs. So
see you later. 8,000.
Laters, man.
Some program here requires Locksmith's license too. Depends where you are, because I know Keith has problems even with simple things like radio codes at times. Some of the manufacturers have it locked in. So I suppose it all depends where you actually are to what licenses you actually need. That's what I like about YouTube. You get to see everyone in this field has the same problems in the sense of the customers seem to say the same thing over and over again, no matter where you are in the world. But there is different things. Like in America, it seems to be quite strict, even in the simplest things, on quiche channel, stuff like that. You know, and I can't. Lose internet. It just depends where you are, what you actually need.
Yeah. Colin, yeah, security, of course, mate, it is. It's always a worry. But I think at least my equipment's right, right under my window. I've taken every precaution, multiple trackers on the equipment, trackers on the vans, everything's smart watered, alarmed, locked up, blocked in, no access to the side or rear doors, they're tied off. Cameras, it's wired up to the mains, and I spent best part of 7 years working in landmine clearance, so you wouldn't really want to be walking too close to it at night in the dark. So I've taken every precaution that I possibly can, and it's under my bedroom window. I've got 2 dogs, so
is that where them German landmines went missing?
Mate, you can get everything you need from Tesco's for a £5. You don't need to go pinching anything. Yeah, Spankmeister I have, mate, yeah. And I fell into that. I fell into mine clearance.
You be careful how you say that now. You fell into mine clearance, or you fell into...
I ended up in a little town called Dekamhari in Eritrea as a volunteer teaching mechanics. And I met some guys doing landmine clearance. They had millions of dollars worth of equipment just lying there dead. And I spent Christmas fixing it. And then all of a sudden, a little light bulb moment, thought, niche market. And that's how I got into it. And it took me all over the world. It was brilliant.
Aidan says he was balancing a drive shaft, doing a drive shaft replacement. Now he's watching this.
Good choice, Adrian. Good choice.
Yeah.
You made the right call, lad.
How many subs are you up to now, Steve?
I don't know, mate. I've not looked. Should I look?
Yeah, I can't look. We need to get your channel.
Oh yeah, I can.
Need to put your channel on it as well.
Yeah, I can do it on my phone. Hang on. YouTube.
Can you see the little words in your phone now?
I've got it at arm's length, mate. I'm going to have to get some glasses.
You've got a zoom feature when you just pull your head towards your phone.
Like that. 921.
Right, we need to get you to the old 1,000.
The magic 1,000. 921.
Magic.
Thank you very much, everybody. Love you all. Yeah, much appreciated.
I would put your link back up on the chat, but I can't.
You can't do it?
Yeah, because if I do, I'll open up another tab slower.
All right, yeah. I think that's it. Is that it?
Well, don't press it.
Is that it?
Don't type Google into Google, Steve. You'll break the internet.
Break the internet. Again, /members, mate.
I'm not paying 50 quid a month to watch your skinny white arse going up and down.
There's lots of smoke in my videos, mate.
I'm waiting for to get the crack copy.
possible to code key fobs with verdicts? I don't know. I've got the Veris, and you can do some keys on it, but I don't get involved with keys at all. I've probably got the best locksmith in the Northwest. A good mate of mine, used to work with him. Patrick Walker, Cheshire Vehicle Keys Limited. He's the man to see for keys. I'm not bothered, not interested. Don't do anything with them.
Veris too, so I don't know what that can do.
In theory, the verdict should, because it's the same software, isn't it? So
yeah. Just essentially a two-channel. I think that's the only real difference, isn't it? Obviously, apart from the price, but
yeah, and also it's smaller, and you've got, obviously with the verdict, you've got the demountable multimeter and all that, you know. So
yeah, I've got the multimeter. I've actually got that. I like that.
Oh yeah.
It's handy because you've got a two-channel scope, a Bluetooth two-channel scope on it, essentially.
Yeah. So no leads trailing out from under the bonnet, you know, on test drive and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to be careful because obviously it's Bluetooth, but I mean it is handy. What I use it for is if I'm going to someone's house or a breakdown, especially on a diesel, I can bring that and I can just do a quick compression test, you know, and it's very handy because it's very small, so I can do a relative compression test really quickly and easily without having to you know, strip a lot, especially if it's a, you know, a diesel over a petrol. But even if it was a petrol on the side of the road, I'd still do the same thing.
Hotel versions to launch, Dan. I really love me 908. I really do. But this little angry gesture, which obviously is basically a launch in different codes, it's really capable. Different operating systems. It's hard to say if I had to pick one over the other, because I've not really stress tested this launch yet. Time will tell, but I love my hotel. I ran a training course the other day in a garage, and they'd got the hotel and they'd got the Bosch KTS, and they were asking me about Snap-on. I'm like, you don't need it. There's nothing that the Snap-on will do for a workshop, a static workshop, that you haven't got ample capability in the Bosch and the hotel.
As regards Colin, the only real proper 100% way of testing injectors is a proper flow test. But you're talking thousands upon thousands of pounds worth of machinery for that. There's a few things you can do. A leak back test will give you certainly a really good idea as regards the state of the injector. You can also, on some scan tools, you can actually see the rate flowing through them. But I've never, ever once been thrown off with a leak back test. Every time I've done a leak back test and I've come to an injector and it looked wrong compared to the others, there's always been a problem with it. I've never once had a leak back test that has kind of, you know, failed me in that sense. But the only way to be 100% sure if an injector is, you know, actually firing properly is to get it taken to a proper place that just reconditions injectors. But like I said, the machinery is thousands. I've seen, because I did a video and someone said you can't really test injectors with a leak back test, and you can. And they also said that you should have one of these machines, a £100 machine from eBay, which you put the injector on and you squeeze and it shows you a firing pattern. But that's only a firing pattern. That doesn't show you an actual how much flow the injector is working with. The pattern might be right. It might have the 5 sparks or the 6 sparks, whatever they happen to have. But if it's not putting enough flow through it over a certain amount of time, then you're still not going to know. So the only way to be 1,000,000% sure is to get them tested by a proper machine. But the leak back test won't lead you astray.
And Colin, if you're in the UK, the best place to get your injectors tested in the UK, Wainwright Brothers. Look from on Google. Martin Wainwright. There's nobody more honest, better equipped, better qualified to test them. None of this Mickey Mouse testing. He'll do your test. He'll put the test on YouTube or Facebook so you can see your injectors, your pump being tested. That's who I'd recommend for that.
I'll actually be doing a video as soon as I get the next job in with bad injectors or bad pump. The guy that does mine, he's going to let me film him doing it. So you're going to see the machinery and absolutely everything. The machinery he's got is it's thousands. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Because you need a high pressure test rig that is capable of putting out, you know, hundreds of bar, which it's crazy what a modern diesel injector runs at.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the only 100% way of testing properly. But I've never, like I said, I've never had a problem with doing a leak back test. And that gives you a good indication of what's going on.
Yeah, Colin, if you're in Liverpool, mate, just Google them, Wainwright Brothers, Martin Wainwright, top quality people who'll do the right job for the right money, mate. And they'll not be telling you need injectors if you don't need them, mate.
But before you do anything with a common raised diesel, make sure you've got a good diesel filter, a new one, and also if you've got a low pressure pump inside the tank, make sure that's working properly, because you can get codes for high pressure problems when it's just a blocked diesel filter.
Yeah,
and you might think you need, oh, my injectors are gone because I did a leak back test and it wasn't getting enough diesel. But you need to make sure there's enough flow there first before you test anything, because you could go and you could take injectors off and a pump off. The guy says they're okay, and you're still scratching your head because your diesel filter's blocked. So what I do is, before I do any testing on a system, if it's got a low pressure pump, I'll quickly scope it just to make sure there's no dropouts in the low pressure pump. I'll also put a gauge on the low pressure side to make sure if it's 1 bar, 2 bar, whatever it's supposed to be is there. And I would put a brand new diesel filter on, regardless of how good it looks or how anything. I just put a brand new diesel filter on. Before I put the diesel filter on, I'd test the diesel just to make sure it looks clean, it doesn't look dirty or anything. Then put the diesel filter on and then go from there, because you can get stuck very, very quickly, and it could just be a diesel filter issue.
Yeah. Petrol injectors. There's people around, again, the difference between normal petrol injectors and GDI injectors. Facebook, if you look on my Facebook, you'll see links. I think ADS in Preston, they've got an ASNU bench for petrols. I know James Dillon has, and also John Batten, they've also got GDI testing facilities.
Yeah, but with the old style petrol injectors, they're quite easy to test. You can buy some cheap machinery to actually do like a flow test on them. And again, for the price of you'll pay, especially for the older injectors, again, you won't go too far wrong.
No worries, Colin.
See you later, David. But yeah, you definitely want, again, same with petrol though, if you're doing anything with your fuel system, you need to make sure they're good, because that's, especially with petrols, people forget to change a petrol filter.
Yeah.
And same thing again, you need to make sure you're getting enough fuel to your car before you worry about injectors or anything like that.
Yeah, I'd agree. You almost got to go through the basics and check the basics first, and obviously remember the elves in the same.
It's a thing people forget. They concentrate so much on a code, and they don't do the basics. Where you could have a code for something, it could just be a fuse, and you could have 10 codes because of one fuse, and you get kind of blindsided by the codes.
Yeah. We can all be guilty of that at times as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. And I think sometimes the more you know, it can fuck you up as well, because you might see a fault and you think, oh, I've come across this loads of times, and I know it's this, and again, it's being a fuse.
Yeah, algae, we see it here as well, Dan. Yeah.
I was told high pressure pumps like transits, you can't do a leak off. Well, I've done loads of leak offs on transits, unless it's the newer ones that I haven't come across yet. But I've done loads of leak offs on a transit, as long as you've got the right connections. Because some of the Delphi connections on the transit injectors, you need a special connection that clips around the actual. It doesn't just slip a pipe on. But if you get a good quality tester, it comes with them connections.
Yeah, John, ask him. I'm sure he would, mate. You might get some of them nifty orange gloves off him as well.
Have you come across a transit that you can't do a leak off test, Steve?
No, only with access, obviously, because you can't get onto them. The ones that are mounted longitudinally, they can be a pain in the ass. But
yeah, but from what it's like, you can't. I could be reading his question wrong, maybe, but from what I do it, well, that you can't do, in the sense of you can't perform the test. It might be awkward.
No. I mean, obviously, there are some systems like on the Mercs and that where they've got to have back pressure in the in the leak off pipes for the injectors to fire. So it's the same with anything. The minute you break into a system, you're running a risk of fucking something up. So
yeah, but he was just talking about a transit, though. I mean, just the transits.
Yeah, no. No, I haven't, mate. Is the honest answer to that? I've never come across one that I couldn't do. No.
I was watching your mini regulator video the other day, made me feel better. Oh, that fucking window reg, Jesus Christ! Why do the Germans have to re-engineer stuff that doesn't need re-engineering? Fuck me.
Latest custom, they fall over for fun. There goes the custom idea then. I'll not be getting one of them. I'll stick with me 2007 Citroen Relay.
You have biodiesel over there. We have, but you have to have a special license to use it. Only certain people can use biodiesel here. I'll be back in 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a good engine, Steve. It really is, mate. Now, leak back's definitely not a perfect test. I normally look at leak backs for poor cold starting issues or poor hot starting issues, and it's just one test of many that you can do. To be honest, I like to AC couple the rail pressure sensors, and you can physically see the mechanical operation of the injector in the basically the AC noise on a fuel rail pressure sensor. That's a really good test as well. But the only way to properly test a diesel injector is to get it on a bench and to put it on the
100%. That's why I was saying, I know Mark just said it's not a perfect test, and yeah, I agree. But it gives you a good indication. But like I said, the only way is to get it on a bench properly. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mark, I don't know if you a few minutes ago, but I did mention you can do that as well.
Pico MVH, no, it's not something I want to get into. Wires and wiggly lines, mate. It's not something that I want to invest in. Although the Maserati case study that's on the Pico website is an extremely good reason to do it. It's a fantastic case study. It's the perfect sales pitch for one. But no, MBH, I'm not interested in that aspect, the technology, or that's not something I'm into at all. What a video AC coupling the rail pressure, Craig? Yeah, I can do that, mate. That'll be in the common rail series that I'm doing.
I agree with DIY. We do need more videos from you, Mark. Yeah, you did miss it, Mark. I forgive you. You're right.
You're forgiven. You're a very forgiving person, Leon.
Well, it doesn't come across in some of my replies.
Just because you're a tad abrupt every now and then doesn't mean you haven't got a giant heart.
I just think a lot of the questions you get asked, I'll try and help anyone as much as I can, but when you get asked questions and they're stupid sense of, in a video, you will say what you're using. If it's a tool, then you'll give the model number. And then people ask, well, where do I get it from? Where do I do this? And it's like, we've only got so much time.
Yeah.
Put that number into Google. You will find it. Depending on where you live, depending on everything, some countries don't have certain tools that we have. And some other countries don't, we can't get the tools they have. So it's too difficult to ask them sort of questions. Some people just can't even be asked to type a word into Google and do a bit of research themselves. They expect us to do everything.
Yeah, I struggle with that. As small as my channel is, I don't know how you go on with that, with it, with all your subscribers.
Well, you've seen my replies.
Succinct. It was Chris, electric cars. I hope not, mate. I really don't think battery power is the way forward, mate. Or battery powered off the mains anyway. You've got a coal-fired power station behind every single EV. I really, really believe that hydrogen is the way forward.
100% hydrogen. Hydrogen is the way forward. Definitely 100%. 100%. I'm still getting a lot of comments on my on my carbon cleaning video, and some people saying that you can't make hydrogen. It's impossible. Where it just isn't. You can make hydrogen. Technology is there. So yeah, just some people.
No,
I can't remember the. Sorry, so I can't remember the comment exactly, but some guy turned around and said only scientists in certain laboratories can make hydrogen. No one else can in the world, which isn't true.
Well, let's not use hydrogen then. Let's use methane. There's enough methane going around.
Yeah, just go to all the cows and stick a tube up their arse, and you'll be sorted.
Yeah. Rick, no, I don't work on a lot of electric hybrids, but I do a bit, mate. Yeah, but there's not a massive market for that in my area at this moment in time.
I've just my courses, doing all my safety things, getting my insurance sorted out for my electric vehicles. So I'm just waiting to see a few. I've done a few. I'm just waiting to see a few more.
I've got a.
But I'm ready. I'm ready for when they come.
We've got a Panamera hybrid that's had a fire that's waiting for me to rewire it. It's had a rear end fire. All the looms have gone and all that. I've got that to sort out. I'm just waiting for the guy to get back to me when he's got all the bits and all the wiring diagrams and that. Oh, that's going to be fun. That'll make a good video.
What makes a good video?
Say I've got this post Panamera that's been on fire. I've got to do a rewire on that. That'll make a good video.
Right. Yeah, I know it's simple to make hydrogen, Dan. That's what I was trying to get across. But this guy, basically, you can't make hydrogen at home. Well, you can. You just can. You know, you can. Anyway.
Yeah, Yoda, you're on a watch list now, mate. You've got to be careful what you're typing in if you're not using a proxy, mate. Echelon's found you.
Yeah, you do have to be careful. Like I said, don't type Google into Google. Thomas said burn the rest of it.
Burn the world. Burn the world. Oh, dear.
Oh, great.
How many have we got in here watching now, mate?
I'm not sure. I think it's gone down a bit. Where am I looking? 46.
Awesome. 46 people listening to me with a shit. Brilliant. Thank you,
I
guys.
know, yeah. We had 80 at one point, I think. We had over 80 at one point. Yeah, it must be 46 people that are very bored.
Yeah, www.bodgitandleggit in the Paisley Underpants /members.
I needed the money, what can I say?
Do you take PayPal?
I do. I do. I'll even take Bitcoin.
Oh dear. Martin, 2.2, mate. They're brilliant. Rock solid.
I think it's great. Beyond 2 got to the point of supervising my garage. Nice, Colin. 2.2 what?
He's asking what the best transit. I like the 2.2. It's rock solid. Proven.
Yeah, no, it's a great engine. It's just the injectors, the Delphi injectors do not like any type of shitty diesel going through them. But apart from that, yeah. What I tell people to do, because we had a massive problem here a couple of years ago with wash diesel, massive problem. Right. You know, where it was causing hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of damage. One garage about 30 miles from me had 60 cars in within 1 week of engines gone because of wash diesels. So what I tell people to do, because if you've got wash diesel, you can kind of notice it in your car. Your car, you know, it doesn't feel properly. And I just say to them, get half a litre of oil, 5W30, keep that in the boot. And if you notice you just happen to fill up and you've noticed your car is running really, really bad, if you can't get to a garage, like, you know, within like 30 seconds, pour some oil into the fuel. It will smoke, but it will still lube the pump and it'll lube the injectors. Yeah, the people behind you are not going to like you because you're going to be pumping out smoke. But for the sake, but for the sake of pouring a little bit of oil into your fuel and potentially saving you your engine or thousands of pounds in repair bills, I know what I'd rather do.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean pour it all in. You know, if you've got half a litre, you know, you want to make it, you know, you don't necessarily need to pour it all in, but it will help with lubing the pump and the injectors, and potentially could save you an engine, or save you, you know, thousands of pounds. Because in Ireland anyway, a high pressure injector is roughly about maybe 250 euros to get done. That's one. So you're talking like €1,000 just for 4 injectors.
Wow.
Roughly. So if you can pour a bit of oil into your engine and save you €1,000, well then, you know.
Yeah. Chris, war stories, worst cars, anything with a green oval badge, mate. The turds, I won't work on them. Other than that, dog cars and smokers' cars.
Did you see the video I did of the car? How bad it was inside?
Oh, mate,
I
won't do it.
It says warning: do not watch this video.
Yeah. Nothing. Land Rovers. I don't work on anything with a green oval, and dog cars and smokers' cars. I hate them, even though I'm a smoker myself, and I've got dogs.
You can't do that. You've got dogs and you smoke yourself, yet you won't work on people with dogs. I mean, that's being a hypocrite.
No, I didn't say I won't work on them. Well, I might charge a premium rate, but Land Rovers, I just don't do them.
What's wrong with Land Rovers? I love Land Rovers.
Mate, they're just turds with wheels. No, they're wrong.
See you later, Ricky.
Later, Ricky. Get that video,
You've
mate.
only got, or maybe actually like 4 days. You need to grow and get your stuff sorted, Ricky. Dan's just said nice t-shirt. You see my new rags? I got some new rags. Look, see my new rags?
Hey, very Gucci that, mate.
My clean for the next 2 weeks in the shed with rags like this.
Awesome. I haven't got one of them.
Yeah, because I'm special.
You're right there, mate. Yeah.
I know.
Oh dear.
Yeah, very special. I'm in that degree. Oh, I missed that
combo.
I'm missing half the lines in the chat.
I've got my chat on 150%, and I'm still having to lean forward.
All I've got is, hi lads, I've got a 1.3 TDCI spanner light on. That's all I've got. Oh, and no stored fault codes. That's I'm missing whatever's in between.
Rob, yeah, spanner light could be anything, mate. You need to get it looked at. Spanner light could be anything.
Yeah, especially with the
1.3 combo.
Huh? Yeah, especially with being if it's an Opal as well. You know you can't use ordinary OBD2 to look at that. It won't work.
Yeah, I've got mine set on live chat, not top chat.
What's top chat?
Top chat's just certain parts of certain messages, isn't it?
I've split my screen in half, and the laptop is too small, and
I've got my laptop sat on a clothes area, so I can't say anything.
I saw that. That's great.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, if I had my laptop on my knee, I'd be looking down at my laptop instead of looking at the camera. Whereas now I've got the laptop behind the camera, So even though I'm reading chat, I'm looking straight at the camera. So
yeah, you can look away. We don't mind. Where's your new tablet again? Show me that again.
it's gone, mate. It's gone.
It's gonna be on YouTube forever now. You do know that.
Yeah. I threw it at next door's cat. Stop it barking.
There's going to be you doing this on YouTube now forever until your face gets covered. There you go. Hold it there.
Hey, Macarena.
Good night, Dan. What is the time? 11:20.
It's dark o'clock. Night, Dan, mate. Cheers. Thanks for jumping in, mate. Appreciate that.
What specialist tools do you recommend for me? It depends what you're doing. I mean, I like some of the specialist timing belt tools because they can help you. There is some specialist tools you don't need, and there is some specialist tools that just make your life easier. It was just saying, what specialist tools would you recommend for a mini?
Dehumidifier.
What did you say? I just break it up.
A dehumidifier, because they're just like tea bags with wheels.
It's like I got a comment. Someone asked me a comment. He said, "Look at a 2004 Master van. What should I look out for?" I turned around to him and said, "You should look at someone else buying it." I was being nice because he said it had 300,000 miles on it, and it's a Renault Master.
Yeah.
What? That is the best. That is the best advice he'll ever get. What advice would you give him? What to look out for? Look at someone else fucking buying it and driving off.
I just think that just to check that the diamond was well polished. Oh dear. VTech, do one, mate. One of the mods just banned that VTech. Get him out of here.
Oh, I didn't see. What's he saying? You're a mod.
I'm nowhere near me thing.
All right, I can't. Oh yeah, that's it. Good man, Keith. Good job. I didn't even. Like I said, I can only see half the messages. I can't see. If someone writes a long message, I'm screwed.
Right.
I can see about 6 or 7 words. That's about it.
Right.
VTech is gay. I don't. What was he saying? Was he just being an arsehole? Was it?
It was all about pro HIV and all that. Well, we're not talking about politics or anything like that, are we? We're talking about food and cars. So
just ban the prick.
Yeah. Keith's sorted him out. Keith's giving him a big Staten Island, one of them.
Yeah, don't you just love the wall of YouTube? I can't.
It brings it's the internet, innit? It brings out the best and the worst in people.
Maybe. And YouTube is full of them. What are you eating? I'm eating a peg.
Yeah, and I've got a toothpick now. So I'm starving. I'm dying for a coffee. I'm hungry.
Well, what do you normally have on a Sunday?
Me? Got about 40 cups of coffee and about 40 ounces of tobacco. Yeah, I don't like roast dinners. I really, really don't like roast dinners.
What's wrong with a good old roast?
It's just, they're all right once in a while, but no, I like me. I like proper food, like a good paella, a good curry, a nice pasta,
And
fish and
what's wrong?
chips.
Well, how is a fish and chips proper food? I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
fat. How is
No, it's
that
not.
proper food?
Oh well, all right. What about like
The pro-
a dirty big salmon? You know what I mean? Like a dirty big salmon or something like that, or
I prefer my salmon clean, but whatever floats your boat.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm from Cheshire, mate. You know, we're not too picky around here.
Says the person that won't eat a roast.
No, I didn't say I won't eat it, but I just don't like. I don't. If I'm dead honest, I don't like the smell of the meat cooking. I don't like the smell of beef cooking or lamb cooking. It puts me
Get
off.
someone else to cook it.
Yeah. Mm.
Right, can you have a firing loom? And then all I've got is solder or crimps. I don't. Can someone? Well, what's that say? I can't read it all.
What's that? Where was that, mate?
Something about I'm extending my wiring loom. So you solder. The thing is, it depends where you're actually extending it, and if you use solder joints, in my opinion, are better. But don't pack them all together, stagger them, because if you have a big lump of hard solder on, a lot of wires, it can cause the other wires beside them to crack. And
Oh yeah.
if you stagger them, it's just a lot better.
Mm.
But
Oh yeah.
I don't know what
Smoked
question he was
salmon.
asking, so I don't know.
Right. I missed it.
I,
I was looking at
I
DB
couldn't.
there saying smoked haddock, and I'm thinking, yeah, smoked haddock cooked in milk, lovely. A bit of brown bread and butter, lovely.
He just said thanks if I actually answered his question properly, because I don't know exactly what he said.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a place for soldering for a good solder, especially if it's not wicked. And there's also a place for crimped heat shrinks. Cheers, Craig. Thanks for joining in, mate. That's awesome. I use both methods depending on where they are.
Oh, what I'm saying is, if you've got a ball of wires, let's say 30 wires in a wiring loom, and you need them extended or the cut or whatever the case may be, is
Yeah,
to not to put all the joints in the same place, because you'll have a big ball of joints,
yeah,
and it can be too hard. They don't flex, and it can cause the wires either side of them to actually break.
yeah. I'd stagger them over about 18 inches, probably something like
Yeah,
that.
I'd stagger them too. Defo. Craig's off to bed.
Sweet dreams,
Yeah,
Craig.
everyone's getting hungry now. After that, I think it's best to call it quits now. Anyway, what do you think? 11:30.
I'm not, yeah, whatever, mate. Whatever. It's your stream. My belly thinks my throat's been cut.
Well, it's just we seem to be dropping off people, so
Yeah,
people are off to bed going to work for Monday and stuff like that, and I need to get shit done. And yeah.
yeah. Steve, third party stuff on me Verus. All I've got on it is the Pico software, just in case as a backup, and VCDS. Right, John, thanks for joining in, mate. Appreciate it. If we're wrapping up, I'd just like to say thank you very much for everybody who supported the channel. It'd be really, really appreciate it. Thanks to Leon for hosting me and promoting me.
You
You
have
guys have been really
to.
cool.
We have to get 1,000 subs. Watch this. I'll leave the link in the description, and that we'll get him to 1,000 subs, and yeah, it'll all be good.
It will. It will. Laters, everybody. Thanks very much, guys. It's been a really good way to spend a couple of hours. Thanks, Leon. You're awesome, mate.
I mean, what else are you going to do apart from watching me eat a peg on a Sunday? I keep saying Saturday.
I'm waiting for you to turn it round and trap your lip with it, or get your lip in the spring or something.
I've already done that.
Yeah, I've got a toolbox tour coming. That's going on. That's going up for me patrons first, mate. So you might have to wait a while for that. That's going out to me patrons first. That is, but I have. There is one coming very, very soon, and then the can video, the can spotlight, and then the common mail diesel series, and then a few other bits and pieces popped in between. Yeah, Keith, anytime, mate. Anytime at all, mate. I'd love to partake on it. Yeah.
Right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you later.
Bye. Thank you.
See you later.
Awesome. Ta-ra.